What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. Now, in today's video, we're hopping into the Ultimate issue number 16. As it stands, we are only sitting months away from the Maker's return, when his little dome is supposed to open up and the Maker is supposed to come back into the world. At least that's the theory. We don't know what actually is gonna happen, but in that time frame, the Ultimates have been doing everything they can to build up the rebellion, to build up the resistance. And we get to see this kind of through the eyes of someone that becomes radicalized. Someone that joins up with the rebellion, that joins with the Ultimates movement. This is the psychological warfare on how Iron Man and the Ultimates won over the public opinion. We get to view it through the eyes of a girl named Rin. Now, when we first get a glimpse of her, she's very punk rock. She's got a mohawk, she's got the leather jacket, black fingernail paint, the whole 9 yards. Just very stereotypical, doesn't like school, all that stuff, isn't listening to her parents. But this is all derived from one singular moment that began to build up, that began to snowball. She wasn't always so rebellious. She wasn't always so full of hate, so full of anger. But this all started with Miss Walters. Miss Walters was her 6th grade teacher. She encouraged free thought, free expression. She taught about elections, about the Magna Carta, about the universal right of any man or woman, that the system they lived in is flawed, it is broken, it is oppressive. And this was only reaffirmed the day that the blurred-faced men came for her. They grabbed her from the classroom, and nobody said anything. Not a peep, not a word. That night, she had gone home to her parents. She told her parents of what she had saw, what she had witnessed. And her parents, they told her to remain quiet, to not say a word. And so her and her best friend Maya, that's exactly what they did. They said nothing. By the time that they had hit 14 years old, Rin had kind of moved into puberty. And for her, it was the very typical puberty that you expect from a young girl. But Maya, her puberty came out a little bit different because she formed gills underneath her armpits. With Maya's puberty came the activation of her X gene. And one day when Rin went to see her friend, her oldest companion, the person that she shared every single thing with, Maya's parents told her that Maya died of a disease that was genetic. But you can see them hang their face, the shame written all over the father. She knew that they were lying, but no one breathed a word. She held her breath every single day, waiting for the men in black and white, the blurred-faced people to come for her, to scoop her up, to take her away. But then one night on the news, she saw something. She saw a giant boot print and the Ultimates symbol. This was the spark of rebellion. This was the birth of resistance. After that broadcast, she learned everything she could about the Ultimates. She saw what the media was saying, the propaganda surrounding the Ultimates, but she wanted to make up her own mind. So she started to ask questions. From the postal service to her neighbors, even to the homeless man down the road, she asked anybody that might actually have a conversation with her. But her parents, they warned her. They tried to tell her. They said, the path you are going down is going to lead to very dangerous things. The questions that you are asking, these aren't the questions that you should be asking. And so around her parents, she said not a word. We see her persona kind of change. This sweet, innocent girl, jaded by the world. Jaded by the world that she is surrounded by, the people she's surrounded by. She went seeking like-minded people, and she found them. Kind of like ultimate militia groups, but they didn't actually do anything. These guys were all talk. For all their anger, for all their outrage, there was never any action. That is, until the day they became Ultimates. When America Chavez came to them, told them that it is time to rise up. This is when the Ultimate Network began. Handbooks were given out. Infrastructure was being built. Now, in the beginning, they were kind of operating on their own. Independent cells all over the government, all over the world. Minor vandalism, sabotage, small things, just kind of being a thorn in the side of the occupying force. force. Because that's the thing when you're dealing with a force that is so vastly bigger than you, so vastly superior than you. The idea is to be a thorn in the side. You be a thorn in the side to the giant long enough, it's gonna cause you some problems. And then things started to speed up. The resistance was no longer in the hiding. The Ultimate Network app became active. Information, resources, connecting to one another. The movement, it's gone viral. The movement has gone violent. From burning down government buildings. Though these things were mostly symbolic, they ensured that no people were inside when they burned it down. It was more just about sending a message. After all of her activities, she kind of forgot about the men in white and black. She had stopped waiting for the men with the blurry faces to come and show up, but that lack of fear was misplaced. With the door being kicked down, her dad is the first one to be gunned down. A blast right to his face, taking half of it just clean the heck off. She watches in horror as her father is slain. Looking to her mother, we see her sliced in half by this ray, this energy pistol. She had taken that moment to run. She ran as fast and as hard as she could. And the men in black and white, they could have stopped her right there. They could have gunned her down. They could have chose to end it. But they wanted to have fun with it. Chasing her down with a sword, she had pulled out her phone, trying to get in contact with anybody. But everybody in her network, they've been hunted down. One by one, they have been taking them out. That's when we see her neighbors. The old couple walking their dog. And this blurry-faced dude, he sees them. He charges at them. But the old granny, she straight pulls out a pistol and she drops dude. Lays homie straight the hell out. And they hand Ren that gun. They tell her to run. They tell her to go, pointing the other bad guy in the direction of where she might have ran, trying to save their own skins. This guy catches up to her. She fires at him, but he's able to block the bullets with his sword. And then he cuts off her hand. Cutting off her hand, he goes to do the killing blow. But then the homeless dude, he picks up the pistol and he shoots the dude in the back. He tells Ren to keep going, to run. Getting to a location, this is where she meets up with the postal dude. Hopping into the back of the van, she hides in the packages. They're able to make their getaway, and at this point, she's like, what the hell is going on? And he tells her, like, first we're gonna fix up that hand. Then we're gonna get you to a safe house. We're gonna get you a new identity, because the organization Hand, we got you covered. We're gonna take you underground. She never understood how much more to this movement there really was. But she's about to find out. And together, they're gonna fix the world. That is where this issue will end. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Alright guys, so this one wasn't action-packed. This one really didn't even have the Ultimates in it. But I would say that this was hugely impactful and probably one of the most important comics to come out of this whole series. Let me explain why. So the maker, he decided that he was going to create a world in his own image, a universe in his own image. One that he picked and chose which heroes would stay, which ones would go, which ones would receive powers, which ones would just be regular people. And for all this time, people have lived in this world, but it has been extremely authoritarian, totalitarian. It has been oppressive. The boot of those in power has been on the neck of the weak for all of this time. This is all by the maker's design. And the people, they all saw this, they knew, but there was nothing that they could do. They were too scared to rise up, too scared to have a voice. But when Iron Lad shows up, when the Ultimates show up, they are the beacon of hope. They are the symbol of truth. This is what inspires the people. This is where true rebellion is born, where resistance is birthed. Iron Lad, Doom, the Ultimates, they're the beacon of hope. They're the inspiration to stand up, to be the voice for the defenseless. Because the Ultimates, the Ultimate Universe, it's not just about superheroes. It's not just about seeing Reed Richards, the evil version of Reed Richards, become some kind of horrible dictator and see how truly corrupt Reed Richards could be as the maker. It's about the little people that you don't read about. It's about the people that rise up, that find a reason to fight. Without superpowers, without abilities. This is what the Ultimates have given them. I guess I would leave it it at this. If any of you watch Andor, the Manifesto by Nimic, this really does summarize it the best you can do. There will be times when the struggle seems impossible. I know this already. Alone, unsure, dwarfed by the scale of the enemy. But remember this. Freedom is a pure idea. It occurs spontaneously, without instruction. Random acts of insurrection are occurring constantly throughout the galaxy. There are whole armies, battalions that have no idea they are already enlisted in the cause. Remember that the frontier of the rebellion is everywhere, and even the smallest acts of insurrection pushes our lines forward. Remember this. The Imperial need for control is so desperate because it is so unnatural. Tyranny requires constant effort. It breaks. It leaks. Authority is brittle. Oppression is the mask of fear. Remember that. And know this. The day will come when all of these skirmishes and battles, these moments of defiance, will have flooded the banks of the Empire's authority, and then there will be one too many. One single thing will break the siege. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that has been going on with the Ultimates, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's going to get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. This is a lot like Patreon, having a bunch of different tiers, having a bunch of different options. It greatly helps out the channel, but if you're not able to do that, please do me the favor of subscribing to the channel, liking this video, hitting that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.